So what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is LittleMarMan. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another storyline video. This one is definitely interesting, and the whole community has been working trying to find little scraps of paper scattered around the map, piece them all together because we know they are all going to fit together and form some sort of letter. I found a couple of the pieces, but unfortunately I didn't come first in the whole race to get them all together. The YouTuber by the name of Bosnian, some of you may know him, some of you may not, he was the first to actually get all these pieces together, and then he posted it up on Reddit to actually sort of get it translated, and X-Animus actually translated it really well, so big shout out to him over on Reddit as well. So just to summarize, shout out to Bosnian for collecting all these pieces, and shout out to X-Animus on Reddit for actually translating this. And yeah, I did actually say translated. This letter that we pieced together is written in old style Japanese, not modern Japanese, old style Japanese, which means it's slightly harder for people to translate, but X-Animus did actually do a really good job. But basically, this is a letter from Takeo Miyazaki, of course, our very famous Japanese original character, to his beloved emperor, who he never really shuts the fuck up about. Like, literally every quote is always me, the emperor this, and the emperor that, the emperor would be proud. And we as a community really just assumed, like, we put two and two together and was like, well, Takeo seems like a loyal person, he must be loyal to his emperor, to his king, and that's just the way the Japanese are. They're actually really loyal people, especially during the World War. As you guys know, if you did study a bit of history, I'm not going to get too far into it, but they were very loyal to their orders and stuff. And Takeo's loyalty does come out really vivid in this letter. And yeah, let's get straight into the letter. Basically, I'm going to read out the full translation. I've rounded up a few phrases just to sort of make it easier to understand. We're going to break it down paragraph by paragraph slightly after, and then talk a bit about the past, present, and future of Call of Duty Zombies in relation to this letter. Let's go. To my beloved and respected Emperor. Several months have passed since I last received orders, and I can't help but admit that I am at my wit's end. Since I landed on the island, I, your foolish servant, have been continuing inspection and recording the activities carried out by the 9th Division. Nevertheless, in spite of mine being under your Majesty's direct command, the division has begun questioning my intentions. To this end, I am now restricted entry and exit from the majority of the research areas. Even now, the situation is only growing worse. The commanding officers of the facility have ordered me to hand over my weapons for the duration of my stay. Had I not been shown the order to maintain security, marked with your Majesty's own seal, I would have voiced my objections. Never once have I brought even a shred of doubt upon your Majesty's judgment, but I feel concerned that these conditions may pose a great hindrance to the success of my mission. I am well aware of how crucial the alliance is to our great cause and eventual triumph. However, the influence of the Special Forces Operation Group named Troop 935 have increasingly become nothing but a cause for worry. For many months, the number of officers have been increasing, and I cannot help but think that this is they who are the ones making the plans. As far as I've been able to find out, the research carried out by the 9th Division is far beyond the realm of normal, accepted practice. In fact, I can't label those aberrant weapons research methods as anything but abnormal. Not only are they using prisoners of war as mere guinea pigs, the troop is trying to control even the supernatural powers hidden within Element 115. On these grounds, I feel that if we continue to allow them to do as they please, dark clouds will loom over our great nation. I'm doing my best to continue observing and reporting, but with all due respect, I am already well aware of the 9th Division's intentions. And in order to grasp the extent of the influence of those intentions, I deem your Majesty's direct influence to be absolutely essential. If it pleases you, I hope you will find it in you to respond to my humble request. Your devoted servant, Takeo Miyazaki. Wow, okay, this gives us a lot of information, and basically, if you didn't really understand some of the words, I did try to simplify a lot of them, but I'm actually going to break down each paragraph by paragraph, so let's get right into it. This is obviously to his beloved and respected emperor, the Emperor of Japan, and this is during World War II. Obviously, this castle is around the World War II time period, And obviously the older version of Takeo Mizaki is here, and this actually, I'm just going to put this straight out there, basically we never really knew too much how Richthofen actually, or Richthofen and Group 95 actually captured the original test subjects, which would be our old crew, which Richthofen actually travelled with to the moon and then ended up blowing it up. That's really a quick summary, but we actually have the older Dempsey captured already to be a test subject, and like we have no really mention of the older Takeo and Nikolai, and this leads me to believe that Takeo actually did get captured because, well, oh, here's an Emperor's servant, we'll just capture him and use him and just say that he died of something or other, and basically he is gone off this map and being tested on. So that's where it's what I can believe, or what I can sort of plan out. This is what's basically going to happen. Like, this is the older Takeo that, like, in the future then becomes a test subject, and this is really how he was captured. Basically, he was working for the Emperor on the site of their Eisendrache, and then when shit hit the actual fan, basically then they moved him to a different location. And if I was to go a little bit further into a bit of a prediction, I would say that the Emperor is actually corrupt, and the Emperor knew what Takeo was in for, and since the next DLC is going to be on the island of Pompeii, which is in the Imperial Japanese region at the time of World War II especially, and basically then it is sort of a Group 935 facility as well, and that is where we're going to be playing in the next DLC. So the Emperor is basically corrupt and set Takeo up. That is just a prediction, but that is a little bit off topic. I just thought I'd get that out there for a bit of an understanding on the future, or rather what happens straight after this letter, and sort of a bit what happens after it then as well. But Takeo is nonetheless writing this to his beloved and respected Emperor. He says several months have passed since he last received orders, and he cannot help but sort of be a bit sort of wary and whingy, and basically a tiny bit mad and crazy, because he's like, well, has the Emperor given up on me? But nonetheless he is remaining loyal. Since I've landed on the island, I, your fellow servant, have been continuing inspection and recording of the activities carried out by the 9th Division. Now, due to a cipher actually decoded by Mr. Rothwaffles, we know that the 9th Division really did work on an island, so that fits with actually landing on an island as opposed to Takeo actually coming here to Der Eisendrache. He very well could have passed through, explaining how the letter landed there, but let's read on. To this end, I am now restricted entry and exit from the majority of the research area, so obviously he's not really allowed to leave the facility if he wants to freely, and of course he can't really enter the restricted areas, so obviously they want him to know less and less. They don't really want any word of what they are doing getting out. Moving on then, even now the situation is only growing worse. Had I not been shown the order to maintain security marked with your majesty's own seal, I would have voiced my objection. So it looks like either a sort of letter from the Emperor himself or a forged one, but if we're going with the whole theory that the Emperor is a bit corrupt and he's going along and sort of betraying Takeo, then this fits right in. I'm well aware of how crucial the alliance is to our great cause and eventual triumph. However, the influence of the Special Forces Operation Group named Group 935 have increasingly become nothing but a cause for worry. So obviously the alliance between Japan and Germany is one that is very noticeable. They were sort of on the losing team in World War II, and he's basically saying that Group 935 are having more and more of an influence, and for many months the number of officers have actually been increasing, which means there is more and more people sort of adding to Division 9, or what once was Division 9 is now being sort of taken over by Group 935, which brings us right back to the whole thing of the island Takeo was talking about is actually Der Eisendrache, and how he would have landed in the German-controlled Austria. It's pretty hard to pinpoint what exactly island he's talking about. Let me know down in the comment section below which one you think it is, but we'll progress on with this letter. And as far as I've been able to find out, the research carried out by the 9th Division is far beyond the realm of normal. So basically this is, like, he basically just keeps referring to it as Orb Normal, and the supernatural powers hidden within Element 115. We sort of know these because we've been playing Call of Duty since, I don't know, since Black Ops 1 World at War. We know Element 115, the way it sort of displaces objects through space and time. You can harness its power to teleport and use its power and stuff to create like stuff like the ray gun, the Wunderwaffe, and change weapons and different things like that. It's nothing too far-fetched from what we already know, and on these grounds I feel that if we continue to allow them to do as they please, dark clouds will loom ahead of our great nation. So obviously the further and further you let them progress on with this, the worse it will get for the entire world, especially the great nation of Japan. I'm doing my utmost to continue observing and reporting, but with all due respect, I am already well aware of the Ninth Division's intentions, and in order to grasp the extent of the influence of those intentions, I deem your Majesty's direct influence to be absolutely essential. So Takeo is feeling that he is literally worthless, he is weaponless, and they are sort of depreciating his influence into the whole operation and stuff over time, and he says that he deems his Majesty's direct influence to be absolutely essential, so he needs the Emperor to basically get his ass on over here and actually talk to these himself, because Takeo can't really do it on his own anymore. And from Takeo's point of view, the Emperor is still on his side. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling that the Emperor is totally corrupt and sort of set Takeo up. But then Takeo concludes the letter: "If it pleases you, I hope you will find it in you to respond to my humble request. Your devoted servant, Takeo Mizaki." That is pretty much the letter. It's pretty much self-explanatory. If not, I just did a whole explanation there for the last 5 minutes as well. If you have any questions regarding it, any suggestions, any theories, do drop them all down in the comment section below, or even hit me up on Twitter. I literally talk to fans every single day in private messages on Twitter, and of course in public mentions. That's if you can actually fit sort of your theory in 140 characters or less, but nonetheless, that is pretty much it. If you all did enjoy, and if you all did learn something, smash that like button, drop your opinions and thoughts down in the comment section below, and of course subscribe if you are new, and I'm going to leave it here. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, peace out, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in another video very, very soon.